Just for a few minutes, let's pretend that California's Great America is not going to be closing in the next decade, and let's also pretend I own the place. In this video, I will be giving you a 5-year timeline of what I would add from the years 2023 to 2027. So let's get right into it. For 2023, I think a good place to go is a roller coaster. It's been 5 years since Railblazer after all, so how about a B&M Hyper? In reality, we'll probably never actually see this happen, but there were rumors about a B&M Hyper coming to California's Great America for such a long time. And I honestly think a B&M Hyper would be a fantastic addition to Great America. There is nothing like a B&M Hyper in the state of California. The only coaster that would come close is Goliath at Six Flags Magic Mountain. But that ride does not focus on airtime hills, and a B&M Hyper most certainly would. Their trademark is floater airtime. Great America, for the most part, also is missing floater airtime. There are some moments on Gold Striker, but other than that, they do not have a coaster built for floater airtime. It's also possible, if not likely, that this B&M Hyper would be the best coaster in the park. A smooth people eater full of airtime, that's a crowd pleaser. That's pretty much what a B&M Hyper is, and that's why these coasters are so popular. They're expensive, and for the sake of this video, I am keeping that a little bit in consideration, meaning I'm not going to be adding a Giga coaster every year, but ultimately that doesn't matter too much. Anyways though, I still think a B&M Hyper would work so well at California's Great America. So with all that being said, that would be my addition for the 2023 season. And yeah, it would be pretty epic. California's Great America generally looks pretty nice, but they lack theming. So for the 2024 season, I would add some more theming. I would add theming touches to most, if not every, attraction. And there were some ideas I had for Flight Deck in particular. Adding theming to a ride's plaza can be so simple. In the case of Flight Deck, I'm going to take a page out of Disney's California Adventures book. What I'm going to do for Flight Deck is add a plane in the plaza. All this does is create a little more theming and immersion for the ride, even if it isn't top notch or anything. I would also have the music make sense for the different sections of the park instead of just having it be pop music everywhere. There's more than one ride at Great America that has absolutely no theming whatsoever. So in Gold Striker's case, maybe I'd have some gear that you would use to dig up gold in the queue line or something like that. So maybe pans, pickaxes, shovels, things like that. Just have those items displayed in the queue line to enforce the theme of gold. Here are a couple other ideas. For Patriot, which really doesn't have any theming, you could have posters of some of the most famous patriots that fought for our country. And maybe have a couple American flags hanging as well. The point I'm getting at is, touches of theming, even if they're pretty small relatively speaking, still make a ride better. And I would take little touches of theming over no theming at all. Alright, for 2025, I would add an S&S Screamin' Swing. Great America has absolutely no type of flat ride like this. Not only that, but these rides are pretty rare in general, and Great America could use a pendulum type attraction. If you were to convert the back of Great America into more of a well-themed boardwalk section, then you could remove the Midway games and put the Screamin' Swing where the games once were. I don't know if you'd want to remove all the Midway games, but there's a decent amount back there that you could probably go without and put a Screamin' Swing there instead. Plus, these flat rides are very unique experiences, and they just look cool with the two pendulum arms swinging back and forth. Now for 2026, I would add a well-themed log flume. There are a couple reasons I would add a ride like this. Reason number 1, Great America no longer has a log flume after Loggers Run was removed, so they really need one. Because I think log flumes are an important staple attraction in a theme park's ride lineup. Reason number 2, with the B&M Hyper and the Screamin' Swing, I've been focusing more on the thrills, but the log flume brings in the family-friendly rides. And reason number 3, a good log flume is one of the best rides in the park. The Splash Mountains and Timber Mountain Log Ride are top of the class when it comes to log flumes, but those log flumes are the best or in the top 3 at the respective parks. And if you do rock work as well, then it can be very visually pleasing. Overall, I think a well-themed log flume would do wonders for California's Great America. Because if I'm going to be completely honest, I really miss Loggers Run, and I really miss having a log flume at this park. These are great rides, and it gets pretty warm at Great America at times, so I think another water ride can't hurt. And finally, for 2027, while mock rides and Verdi multi-launch would be great, I'm gonna RMC the Grizzly. While there's about a 0.2% chance of this actually happening, it would be a great RMC. It seems like there's a decent amount of cool things that Rocky Mountain Construction could do with this layout. And plus, this would give Great America not only one, but two awesome coasters from the company. And Grizzly isn't exactly a top tier wooden coaster as is anyway, so I don't think it would hurt the park's ride lineup that much by losing one of their two woodies. While retracking Gold Striker should be done, I think RMC Grizzly would overall be better. So there you have it. That's what I would do from 2023 to 2027. 2 coasters, a log flume, a flat ride, and overall improvements. Overall, I think I would be improving this park, especially in the coaster department. I think every park could use improvement, even the best ones that seem perfect. But that's just what I would do. And I'd love to hear from you guys if you would do different things to California's Great America if you owned it. And if you enjoyed this type of video, I also want to hear what other parks you'd like to see me do this format for. Anyway though, I really like Great America and I'm sad it's going to be closing, but it would be better if they added all these rides.